see somebody's on top of it there, K6USY. Good evening to you, Adam, Darren, I should say. I notice you've got the live streaming up and running. And you probably can check in, but if you can't get John's station to work, or if he isn't there, you're going to be pretty quiet tonight. QRZ 222. Hello. I guess you got me turned on here. Yeah, I'm starting to hear a little bit of audio in my ears here from myself. It's very light. You've got a nice level tonight. KW6S, KD6S, okay. Fred, are you around anywhere? Fred should be in here. He was missing last week. QRZ 222 beaming toward the Bay Area, looking directly at Santa Cruz, but keeping an ear out for the Bay Area. Somebody over there might hear me. QRZ 222, K6MYC Bozo Net, Central California, Delta Mike 07, standing by. QRZ 222, QRZ 222, Bozo Net, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, K6MYC, Central California. Maybe you're all out there busy waiting for the last word on whether Taylor Swift is going to endorse Biden or not. I know that's real important. go up to Nevada to see if we've got anybody live up there. K6MYC Bozo Net 222. Aaron, you may have to go over to John's place, drive over there quickly and give me somebody to talk to here. This is crazy. 222 Bozo Net, K6MYC, beaming the Bay Area and Santa Cruz. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, QRZ 222.
Hi Mike, K6MYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, good evening, Jim. Let me get the antenna up your way. This should be a little better. Is that better?
Yeah, it sounds a little bit louder, sure.
Okay, good. Well, you're the first, by golly, very quiet this evening. I thought everybody must be glued to the sets looking for the aftermath of the football results. Over.
Oh, I don't know. That was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, but, you know, the aftermath and all the post-discussion is today. Over.
Oh, okay, yeah. They're probably going to have some sort of a little parade for him. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm sure everybody in the Bay Area is kind of happy about that, even if they're not Niners fans. It's, I don't think there's probably a whole lot of Chiefs fans around here.
Yeah, well, I would agree with that.
Yeah, we got some nice fading going on here. Anyway, you're okay, but signals dropped down some. That's just the band. I don't hear anybody else on yet, but is anybody else here in the Bay Area? W6PQL with K6MYC. It's so quiet.
Well, there was a voice in there with that when you talked before. So, but it might have been the boys up in Clear Lake. I heard a voice underneath, but it was so weak I didn't get any read on it, whether I didn't recognize the voice, so to speak. Let's see who else is in here. Bozo Net, K6MYC with W6PQL standing by. Over.
Yeah, K6MYC in the group, K6WIS here.
Well, I hear you, Paul. You got a good signal. Were you just talking to the boys in Clear Lake there?
Roger, correct. That's probably the signal you heard underneath the Bay here. So, yeah, I was just having a QSO with Dave and Kent, N1PPP and KA6OSX. And KE6GLA joined us in, he was from El Dorado Hills. Over.
Okay, I need his Bozo number.
I'd have to look that up for you. Yeah, it'll take some time for me to look up, so carry on, Mike. This is K6WIS.
Well, I'm not waiting on you, Paul. I'm just waiting for anybody else to pop in here. QRZ, the Bay Area. QRZ, the Bay Area. You're being swamped out by people in other areas right now. Try it again, guys. There's somebody in the Bay Area besides Jim, W6PQL. K6MYC in the Bozo Net. Over.
Yeah, I hope nobody shows up from Course Gold.
Well, we don't have anybody in Course Gold that has 222.
So we win.
You win. Yeah, 1-0.
Yeah, good evening, Jim. I forgot to say hello. You're 5 by 9, probably not even direct.
No, I pointed at Mike, and you're about 5 by 7 over here, Paul. Good signal still. Guess we got some bounces going on.
Yep, I think there's good propagation tonight. This is K6WIS in Placerville, the foothills.
We missed you last night.
Oh, sorry, I didn't partake in the 2-meter net last night, Mike. Over.
Well, no worries. I just wondered if I'd missed you. I I had a broken antenna or something. Not a broken antenna, but I couldn't rotate for some reason. I think the cats got up in the attic and they got wrestling around up there, and they must have knocked a wire loose to the rotator because I couldn't rotate it. So I was listening, and I was hearing people, and I was hearing a lot of people, and I think I was facing not exactly toward you, but I was somewhere around 80 degrees, but I was getting a lot of bounce off of the Sierras. So I was hearing people in the Bay Area. I was hearing people in Sacramento and at Discovery Bay, and I basically heard almost everybody that had any kind of a signal at all check in on 2 meters last night, but I wasn't running the net. I had WA6OIB, W6BBS, and KM6SRR really helping each other, helping me fill in the net. We had a good net. We had 39 check-ins, so it wasn't too shabby. Over.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't a terrible detriment. It sounds actually pretty good to be able to bounce off some mountains to the east of you and take in a wide swath of stations all at once, over.
Yeah, well, that's about what happened with 1,500 watts. Some of them with good ears could hear me. I could hear everybody, including all the guys in Sacramento, which were the toughest. They were the weakest of all. But anyway, it was an interesting evening. I came in the shack yesterday morning, and I turned on the EME array, and the controller in there was locked up, and I turned it off to reset it, and it never came back. It failed completely. So I said, well, let's hope that the one in the barn works, and of course it didn't work either. So I was off from rotational standpoint. I was off the air on 2 meters completely yesterday. I couldn't turn the antenna at all from either station. It's when one fails, the other one's going to go. That's Murphy. I had him here yesterday. Over.
Wow, that's like a long shot. Those are like lottery odds, over.
Yeah, that was a long shot. Both controllers had, I don't think the controller has a problem at the barn. I think it's a broken wire or a wire that's been wrestled loose or something up in the attic. The cats fight up there. They are territorial, and there's one cat that lives up there, and he doesn't like anybody intruding on his space. And he's pretty, they get going pretty strong up there. Then I had a skunk invaded me also. So there was an altercation with one of the bad boys' kids. So he had left a little skunk smell in my shack. So not only was treated to no rotation, but I also had to put up with the skunk odor. Over.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, John, Fred. Good evening, K86SOK. Good evening. We look for you.
You can't get rid of that smell.
Oh, I double with you completely, Fred.
Oh, no problem. Those skunks, I had one do the same thing over here. You can't get rid of that smell. He just let go, and it was horrible. It just lasts for days and days.
Well, it wasn't bad. It was, these guys are just not real bad squirters. They just do a little bit because they're kind of friends with most of the other cats. The cats and the skunks get along. There must have been Matt tells me that there was a stray cat in the yard yesterday, and it may have been the stray cat got over there and tried to eat where he shouldn't have eaten, and somebody straightened him out very quickly, I think. Over.
Yeah, I got to. Yeah, cats and skunks get along. In fact, one time I saw a black animal on the front lawn. I thought it was a cat. So I said, come here, kitty, kitty, kitty. And it turned out to be a skunk. I'm like, oh, shoot. He was coming over to me. I'm like, that's it. I'm out of here.
Yeah. Well, if they're coming to you, you don't have to worry anything about it. They're very friendly. They're very, very friendly. They could make very nice pets. It's just that people shy away from them. They're very shy animals. They're very demised. Have a good. They have a good disposition, I guess is the best way to put it. But no, it was just. I left the door open to the shack, and it was okay. I'm sort of used to it. There's skunk families around here, and every now and then I get a little bit One of them did it about 2 months ago when all the dogs were here for the weekend around Thanksgiving. One skunk got pissed off a little bit and let somebody know that he was not to be dabbled with. Over.
Yep, they'll do that, that's for sure. Yeah, they seem friendly. I mean, I've talked to the skunks before that come around the backyard, and they seem really, what scares me is I don't want to get squirted, but they seem like they're really friendly little animals.
Yeah, if you don't threaten them, I don't think there's any issues about you squirting them. It's only if you do something that would be a very fast action in their direction. If you scared them for some reason, or did something abruptly or made a very loud noise, that might trigger it. But generally speaking, I haven't found no problems with the ones that I confront here directly. This was something that happened when I wasn't there, and I suspect it was triggered by another animal, whether it was a cat or I don't know what it was. We do have some stray dogs around here now. A couple of stray dogs have found their way up here, and they were eating the cat's food right in that same area a couple of days ago. So it's very well possible that a dog was here. Anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Good to hear you, Fred. I'm sorry we didn't hear you over the weekend checking into the other nets there. I think we missed you on Thursday, too. You weren't there on Thursday.
Sorry about that. The microphone came off the connector here. I didn't screw it down. Now I put it back in. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're fine. We missed you on Thursday. I expected your big signal here, and we didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I was on Thursday. It was like 5 or 10 minutes after 8. I called you, but I didn't hear anything, and I waited for like 45 minutes from 7:30 to 8:15, and I just finally gave up.
Oh, no, we were there through the whole period. I'm sure we would have heard you. Maybe something wasn't right because I was working other people in the Bay Area. We had a very good check-in. We had 24 check-ins that day.
Okay, well, I didn't hear anything. I don't know what's going on. I don't think my station's screwed up. I just listened and listened. I heard a lot of really faint signals in the background. I heard CW very faintly. It would go in and out, but that was about it.
Okay. Well, you might look at it before this Thursday comes along and make sure it's okay there. Anyway, we'll see if there's anybody else here. The whole net tonight is starting off fairly slowly. You're the second one now in the Bay Area, only second person to check in. We've got other people. Paul's in here, and the Clear Lake boys are in, and Jim W6PQL is in here. But let's see. We're missing WA6AXX and KB and WB6JNN. Are either one of you here? Over. Hearing nobody else. Anybody else in the Bay Area? Bozo Net. How about KW6S?
Mike's looking for other Bay Area logins for 222.
Now I'm pointed down toward Fred, so you're getting a little bit weak here. Let me go right into Santa Cruz here. Santa Cruz, KW6S. Tom, where are you? K6MYC. We've been on here for 15 minutes calling towards Santa Cruz. It'll be like you, Fred, and you'll come on and say, well, I didn't hear anybody. Okay, right up to the middle of the Bay Area, KWB6JNN. Jim? No Jim. No WA6AXX. He was late yesterday, but that's okay. He sometimes doesn't catch the clock on time. He'll probably be in here later. I guess when we're done, we'll go up to Oakley and see if we get anything from N6RO.
Oh, Mike, I got KE6GLA's Bozo number here.
Okay, I'm ready.
688. That's J, Eldorado Hills, KE6GLA. Over.
I wonder why he doesn't try to get me direct. I can work him from them Eldorado Hills, but he's got to wait for me to come around and point at him.
Right, yeah, we'll wait for you on the direct path later, over.
Okay, is it Kilo Echo 6 GLA or just Kilowatt 6?
Kilo Echo 6.
Yeah, if you say it quickly, I missed it, so I got it wrong. Okay. Well, let me come around a little further. Jim, W6PQL, anybody else that you want to give a try to, go ahead before we go on. K6MYC.
Okay, well, I don't think there's anybody else around that has 222 except for Tom over there in Santa Cruz. Have you tried Tom yet?
Well, I've been yelling at Tom for 15 minutes. We haven't heard anything from Russ now for about 3 weeks. K6KLY, he's not been checking in on any band.
Okay, well, I hope he's okay. Either that or he's just sitting on top of Clipperton. You know, that's the latest craze, I guess, on HF right now.
Yeah, but I think he worked them. I think he told me he worked them pretty easily. I was going to tell him I finally got my award piece of paper. My piece of paper came from the ARRL for 9 bands or whatever I got here. I have 80, 40, 20, 15, 10, 6, and 2. I guess that's 7-band DXCC, huh?
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, he would be thrilled to hear that because we worked so hard to get 10 meters in there. That was the one I was missing. The rest of them were easy. Okay. Well, we'll come back, and then, of course, we can see you. Hopefully, we'll see you at sometime this evening on 6 meters. We got somebody new that you haven't heard before checking in. I won't tell you who it is, but he's from the West Sacramento area. He should have a big station. He's got 800 watts and an 8-element Yagi up at 100 feet or something. So he should be in here. He's got a Bozo number, but I don't know what it is, and he couldn't remember either. He hasn't been around for a long time. He's got a new tower, by the way. Do you know what a Luso tower is?
No, that's a new one for me.
It's a huge tower. Of course, I think it's a rotary tower. The whole tower rotates, and it's 120-foot self-supporting. Over.
Oh boy, we've got some land for that one, probably out in the country somewhere. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I'll hear him.
Yeah, he doesn't have it up yet. He's just in the process of getting it. He's got to have a new base made because the guy's getting it from, of course, the base stays in the concrete. Over.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to, well, I don't know. I guess if it's tied to the rebar and everything, you can't remove it, but the base I had just bolted down to the bolts that were sticking out of the rebar. But his situation is a lot different, a lot bigger tower system.
Yeah, 5 feet on a side, and it rotators in the base, at the base, and it rotates. It's inside the tower, and it rotates the whole tower. So you can imagine the thrust on that bearing, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, Dick Hansen probably had some stuff that was similar to that. Didn't he have a couple of rotating towers?
Yeah, but I think those were with guy rings and stuff. This is an unguided self-supporting crank-up.
Oh my! Yeah, that takes some steel.
Yeah, just to get the base built for the concrete and shipped over from Japan was going to be $7,800 over.
Wow, yeah, that whole system's going to be pretty expensive.
Yeah. Well, he gets the tower for free, believe it or not. The guy gave him the tower because he wants to be able to, he can't keep it where he is. He's moving, but he also wants to put something on it and operate from the tower using a remote base. So he still can use the tower, but he's giving it to Greg to put on his property there. Okay, enough of that. That's just his ongoing saga there. Anyway, let's see. Anybody else in the Bay Area before I go toward Oakley? K6MYC Bozo Net 222. Nothing heard. Here we go. We'll see you guys later on 6 meters. And over to Oakley. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC.
Howdy, Mike. N6RO. WRO.
Yeah, we had something like that, 71, 72. Today it was just glorious. I was kind of reluctant to go out and work hard on a day like this because I didn't want to start to acclimate to this temperature because it's going to be colder next week when the rain comes in.
Oh, yeah. Looks like pretty heavy precipitation coming.
Well, we could only hope. We'll see you on 6 after a bit.
Yeah, after I do my salmon dinner.
Okay. Well, go get your dinner, and I'll slide on up here to Sacramento. And we're running a little light on 222 tonight. I don't know why, but hardly anybody's been checking in. I only have 6 or 7 check-ins so far. 7-3 for now. We'll see you on 6. And 6 Radio Oscar Oakley, K6MYC.
Yeah, later.
Up to Sacramento, KJ6KFB, KJ6KFB with your smashing 5 watts. Smashing 5 watts coming back, I'm sure. KJ6KFB, K6MYC. Well, no smashing 5 watts, so let's go up a little further here and get KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Delta, over. Well, I guess you guys aren't watching live streaming here. Is there anybody on the frequency watching live streaming? Are we working tonight? Don't everybody talk at once. KJ6KFB, KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo, KO6KD, Kilo Oscar 6, Kilo Delta, K6MYC, calling and listening. I think I'm making power here. KO6KD, KJ6KFB, or anybody else in the Sacramento direction, or any place for that matter. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, Central California, QRZ. Okay.
Mike, you're supposed to 2 KC's up.
I've got the knob turned off, and I don't see any shift here, Paul. Give me some chatter.
Yeah, K6MYC, this is K6WIS. I'm on 222.102, and I'm looking at the live display.
That frequency stays on the live display.
222.102, over.
I'm on this frequency. Are you copying me?
Roger, roger. Yup. This is 222.100 .03. So you're only 30 hertz high, but that's okay.
222 and how many hertz high?
Indicating 100 up there. Very good, you know.
Well, I've got it zeroed out. I've got 222 222.100.000. I'm having trouble copying. Let me come up a little bit more in your direction here. That should be better. Is that any better?
Oh, much better. Yeah, you went from S1 to 2 to S7. Over.
Yeah, okay. Now, what did you say? What's my frequency according to you?
You're exactly on frequency 222.100.00.
Oh. See, I didn't see anything change, and I had the dial locked off, so I don't know how it can shift. Over.
Yeah, I don't know either, but you went up exactly 2 kcs for a while.
Well, I might have bumped a button. Let me do that again. I'm going to bump the button. I'm going to say a few words and then bump the other button and see if it comes back here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did it come back here?
Briefly went to 099, but when it jumped back to 100, over.
Okay, where did it go originally?
Originally it went to 102.00.
So I'm trying to get a feel for how far each one of these buttons move it. When I hit the button, how far does it move?
Well, the most recent one, it just went down to 099. It went down in frequency 1 kc.
Okay, well, I'm going to try it again, and I'm going to let you tune in exactly on me, and then you can tell me. I don't know what these two buttons do. I would assume one goes up and one goes down by the same amount, but that may not be true. I've got the dial locked out, so the dial doesn't do anything right now. I'm doing this all with the microphone buttons. Over.
Oh, okay, roger that. Yeah, I was wondering which buttons you were referring to. Over.
Okay, I'm going to push the button I think is down, but maybe this is the up button. I'll go up there and count to 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to bump the other button.
You went up exactly 1 kc.
Okay, now I should be back where we started here. 1, 2, 3. Is it back on 100 again?
Roger, I confirm that. Yes, you jumped up to 101 and you're back on 100 right now, over.
Okay. It must be so subtle I can't see it in the display for some reason.
Yeah, unfortunately, maybe you can disable the microphone buttons, but the lock, the VFO knob lock doesn't help, over.
No, it doesn't help these buttons. Maybe I should disable them because I never need them. I should never use them. So, quite frankly, they could be disabled and it wouldn't bother me at all. So, maybe later when we get somebody that knows this radio that has one, maybe Jim W6PQL or somebody can tell me how to disable the buttons. I know Aaron would know how. Aaron is the one that sets the radio up for the streaming and stuff. He knows the radio inside and out. Over.
Is it 9700, over?
ICOM 9700, yes.
Okay, now I can look up the manual and see if it's possible.
Yeah, well, if you can find something quickly, and then if nothing else, you can tell me when we get over on 6 meters.
Roger, K6WIS.
Okay, now I'm going to go back to
KO6KD.
Yeah, that's who I'm looking for. Let me go back down your way. That should be pretty close, Bill. KO6KD, K6MYC.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, Paul. Good evening, Mike. Hopefully you're copying well. I forgot the darn net. I knew it was here, but then I got tied up down on 75 meters. So anyway, here I are. A little late, but at least I'm here. And good evening, one and all. KO6KD 776.
Okay, and we did stand by also for Darren. We called Darren first. We've been here on this frequency and pointed toward you, or generally in your direction. I bumped it a little bit to optimize Paul. They've been here for 10 minutes. So, well, let's see if we can get Darren in there. KJ6KFB, K6MYC.
And he's not answering up over on 2 meter simplex, and I tried calling him earlier, about a half an hour, almost 45 minutes ago, and no joy. So looks like he is going to be missing this evening. Over.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go up to the Nevada area then, and then we'll slide over to 6 meters. So we'll see you on 6. We should have, I guess you were still in there when NR6Q said he would join us on 6 tonight, right?
Yes, sir. We'll see if he makes it and if I'm able to hear him.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. You guys are pretty close. He's running 800 watts.
Oh.
What little town, how many miles is he from your town?
Well, whereabouts is he at? Because I'm on the north end of, I'm 15 miles from the North Sacramento area, and if he's down in the south area, well, let me put it this way, if he's down in Darren's area off of what they call Florin Road, he's 25 miles. So I'd have to look it up, but he's probably somewhere between 25 and 30, I would guess.
Okay. Well, that should be, you should hear him. Okay, I hear somebody calling and they're way off frequency. Do you hear that, Bill?
Yes, I hear it. He's high, about maybe 500 hertz.
It might be Nevada. Let me go to Nevada, see what happens here. Let's go to Nevada. Okay. I think that's you, Larry. N7 Whiskey Tango, was that you, Larry? K6MYC, over. N7WT, K6MYC, Larry.
You're not very strong, Mike. K6MYC, maybe your baby's not on me or something. Or maybe my baby's not on you. I'm not sure. Anyway, K6MYC, N7WT. Hope you're still there now.
Yeah, you're way off frequency, Larry. You're way up there duck talking me here. So I don't know what's happened here. I've been confirmed to be on the right frequency here now.
Okay, I tuned down a little bit. I don't know where I was. Anyway, K6MYC, you're about 5-7 now. N7WT, over.
Yeah, you're solid copy here. No problem. I can probably get a little more signal from you, but plenty of signal. Good to hear you. And, of course, I'm pointed your way for 6 meters. So we'll start with you on 6, and then we'll move into the Sacramento area very quickly once we work you. So you won't have to wait around here. N7WT, and then we'll take a standby for Daniel, K6MYC.
Okay, I'll stand by, and I'll see you on 6 meters, Mike. K6MYC, N7WT. You've just banded down again. N7WT, standing by.
Okay. Yeah, KE7UQL. Good evening, Daniel. I bumped the antenna a little bit, and you came up about a half an S unit, but quite weak at the moment, but no problem copying. Good evening to you, and I'm sorry about last night on 2 meters. I had a frozen rotator. Couldn't change it because the control box was out of control. The control box had failed. Or a wire was off to the antenna. I could not move the antenna. And I suspect it was a wire, but we haven't had a chance to troubleshoot it yet. It'll be fixed by Wednesday. KE7UQL, K6MYC, over.
Roger, no trouble. Glad to have Ken do the relay for us. Good to hear from Ken, over.
Yeah, and I was hearing you guys a little bit. Even though the antenna was pointed east, I could hear you backscattering out of the out of the Sierra, so I could tell you were in there. I did not hear Larry. I don't think Larry was there last night, was he?
I don't believe so, but tonight I was going to tell you, I'm no amplifier tonight. It's just the transverter, and I'm on 22210EZ, over.
Okay, and what's your power level?
20 watts, over.
Well, you're doing fine. It's come right up nicely now, and it's the easy copy with 20 watts and a single 10 easy. What happened to the amplifier?
It's just sick. It just needs a little time in the hospital to get well, over.
Oh, okay. Is it low power or is it quit altogether?
It just has that relay problem with it. On keys, you lose audio. You can't hear what's going on, over.
Okay, what kind of an amplifier is it?
It's the MFJ. It's a 125 watt amplifier.
No, it's a Mirage MFJ?
Roger.
Okay. I have some of those relays. They're in a package that's never been used. You'd have to take the package and disassemble it and take the relay out, but they're free. They cost about $32 to $35 each now. So you can try to avoid buying them. They used to be $2, and now they've gone to $32 the last time we bought them. But they're a very good relay. It's a Guardian relay. It's white. It's about 1 inch square. So when you pull the bottom cover, tell me what you have. And if you have the Guardians, I'll send this package up to you, and you can disassemble it and salvage 2 good relays out of it, over.
226. I will open the amp, see what I have, and I'll talk to you again
Okay, I didn't get much of that. You're strong enough, but you got a massive amount of flutter on you. Let's see if Ken did any better. Good evening, Ken. WA6OIB226. I'm talking to Daniel. Are you hearing him?
I don't know who that is.
KE7UQL.
Okay, well, okay, I'll turn up there and see if I can hear him. Good evening, WA6OIB is here.
WA6OIB, KE7UQL, over.
Well, good evening, Daniel, KE7UQL, WA6OIB. Yeah, you're a little thin tonight, but I do copy you, over.
Roger. Low power tonight. The amplifier is sick. I will open the amplifier and see what the relays are, and then get back to Mike, over.
Hey, fill him in. He said he's gonna open up the amplifier. It's a Mirage. And I think we used to use Guardian relays. I don't know if they've changed the relays or not, but the Guardians, I have a couple of them in some older equipment here that was part of a rotator controller that we built. But he's got to unsolder them, but I don't think they've ever been used. They're brand new relays and it's never been used, so they should be fine. They're going to be a little dusty, but otherwise they should be fine, over. Anyway.
Yes, Mike, I will get back with you and let you know if I can do it, okay?
Roger, we'll find out from you perhaps tomorrow or maybe Wednesday. By Wednesday, we should be back to good copy here. He's running 20 watts tonight, Ken. 20 watts. He's lost the Mirage 120 watt amp there. It doesn't go back to receive. You might be able to fix the relay on your own too, Daniel. You may be able to fix the relay. The covers come off of those. You have to grab a hold of the cover and pull sideways a little bit, and it should snap off. And then you might be able to clean up the contacts and see why they're not functioning, over.
You recommend closest cloth, clean up the contacts, over?
Well, first of all, you got to see why it's not working. But no, I would think just a piece of paper. Put paper between the contacts, and then close the contacts with your fingers tightly, and then pull the paper back and forth and work that. Usually cleans it up enough. Any other recommendations on contact cleaning? Those big contacts in those Guardians, Ken, over.
Yeah, that's the way I do it. I cut a split of paper, and sometimes I'll put the contact cleaner on the paper. But that's all I use to burnish those things. That works really well.
Did you get that, Daniel? You're down on that one. I missed it, but I know I heard you say Roger, Roger, so maybe you can take it apart tomorrow and take a look at it. Contact cleaner if you have it. Otherwise, just a clean piece of paper, a thin strip of paper, and then push the contacts together and draw the paper back and forth through the contacts. Over.
Roger, Roger, will do. Got the picture, over.
Alrighty. The hardest part is just going to be getting the cover of the relay off, but you have to grab it, and it just has a snap plastic thing that snaps over the edges of the bottom frame. So you might be able to pull out a little bit at the bottom. I don't know if you can reach it, but you might have a little tool that you can lift that little lip that the plastic cover is on, and it snaps over a base plate that's just right next to the PC board. Over.
Roger, can do. We will can do. Now that you tell me it can be done, I can do it, over.
Okay. Well, good luck with it. And we'll talk to you tomorrow on 1296, of course, but we may not have good enough copy for a response, but certainly by Wednesday we'll hear you. Thank you, Daniel. Good evening to you, and good evening to you, Ken. We've got a few minutes here. We're just about done with the net here. Going to go back over to 6 meters here in a second. WA60IB, how are you? K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, WA60IB. Yeah, I'm doing good, doing good. Worked in the shop all day today, working on the car and this and that, and some projects for Larry. So, keeping busy. I'm going to be doing my trip to Meadow Lakes early this week. I'll do it tomorrow because it's going to rain on Wednesday, and I've got some outside stuff to do. So, I'm going to hit up, go up a day early. So, keeping busy. That's all I can say about that. WA60IB. Sorry I'm late, but things going on here too.
Yeah, no problem. It's a beautiful day out there. Temperatures in the 70s.
Yeah, really nice day. Did a lot of work in the orchard in the late afternoon. I came home from the shop and did some pruning in the orchard and cleaned that up. Got our pickup tomorrow, so I wanted to get all that stuff done. So Glenn and I got that done too.
Oh, very good.
Well, hello there. Yeah, well, you sound good too. I'm pointed at you now, I think. Pretty close, over.
Well, signal strength is the same. It's about S7 to S8, over.
Oh, very good. Well, good to hear you, Paul. Yeah. Missed you last night. We were running up and down the band and looking for you last night, but no luck.
Sorry there. I was lost in the band somewhere. No, I wasn't actually on 2 meters last night, over.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good enough excuse. Anyway, well, good to hear you, Paul. K6WIS, WA60IB.
Roger, Roger. Great to hear you, Ken. This is K6WIS 73.
73, we'll see you on 6 meters in just a few minutes, Paul. Okay, let me go down here one more time. We missed, and we go just a little further here for Darren. KJ6KFB, Darren, KJ6KFB, K6MYC. Darren, are you there tonight? Say it again. That didn't sound like Darren, that sounded like Paul. N1PPP. Good evening, Dave. We've already got you logged in, but good to hear you. I'm not pointed quite at you, but we're close here. Give me some more chatter, Paul. Give me some more chatter, Paul.
That'll be Dave.
Yeah, Paul, Dave, sorry. Okay, I can't get a peek on you. It's just flutter, Dave.
Hi, WA60IB. I was copying you.
Go ahead.
Okay, WA6. I didn't catch anything. WA6 Old Indian Blanket. Ken here in Clovis. Good evening.
Good evening. That's much better. You came in sudden and big.
Yeah, you're sounding pretty good. I finally got the beam on you there, so I haven't heard you in a while. Good to hear you.
Yeah, good to hear you too. I haven't been on you often. I check in with Paul up there.
Right, yeah, well, you're about an S6, S7, so very good signal tonight.
Yeah, is Mike's working tonight?
Is what working?
Is Mike's radio working tonight? Last night he was having troubles.
Yeah, he's there. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, no, I didn't have trouble with the radio. My rotator controller wouldn't turn the antenna, but I think it's just a broken wire up in the attic. I've got to get up there and look at it. The rotator controller worked, it just wouldn't make the antenna go. So I was stuck in one direction, Paul, over.
Oh, yeah, this is Dave. Yeah, very good. All right, Mike, good to hear your voice.
I'm sorry, Dave. I don't know why I keep calling you Paul. I know better. Say hi to Kent. We haven't talked to Kent for a long time. And, of course, GLA, I guess Jay checked in this evening. Tell him he got to stick around a little bit later. I can work him if he sticks around a little bit later from El Dorado Hills there, over.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right.
Go ahead, Ken, finish up, and then we'll get on over to 6 meters here.
Okay, very good. Well, good to hear you, Dave. It's been a while. You're sounding great. Take care and have a good rest of the week. N1PPP, WA60IB.
WA60IB, N1PPP, 7-3.
7-3, Dave. Good to hear
you, Mike.
Good to hear you in here steady for a change. Sometimes you have those 10-second peaks and then you're gone, or you lose me in 10 seconds. Sometimes I hear you for 30, but it's way down in the noise. Anyway, I'm running about a kilowatt here, and the antenna is very sharp, so I have to get right on you to get the peak, and I'm on you now. 7-3, my friend, and people said look for you on 6 in a few minutes here. K6MYC.
I'll try to get over there.
Okay. Anybody else before we go to 6 meters? K6MYC Bozo Net. Let me do one thing, Ken. Let's go down and see if we can get KW6S. He was missing tonight for some reason. KW6S. Tom, are you here? KW6S, K6MYC, calling and listening.
If he's not there, number 52 is in there out of Santa Barbara.
I'll put in QIW. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Jim.
Good evening, Jim. W16QL, WA60IB.
Hi, Ken, WA60IB, W16QL. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good for a kid. You're sounding great tonight.
Okay, Ken. Well, hang in there. I'll see you on 6 meters.
I hear people talking on 6 already. See you there in a few minutes. K6MYC.
KW6S, WA60IB. Around this evening, over? KW6S. You're on the seating, Steve. WA60IB for the Bozo Net, over. I mean Tom. What? See, I'm like you. I'm mixing names up.
Who were you just talking to, Ken?
Well, I was trying to get KW6S, but for some reason I call him Steve, and I know it's Tom.
Yeah, I do that. I'm doing the same thing with names tonight. I got them all tangled up here. All right, I'm on 6.
Oh, okay, well, you're on 6 and I'm not. I'll be over there in a minute. WA60IB.